Hello, Lorelei. Today we're going to be doing our playing quiz for French folk song.
Nice.
And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start. Very good, a lot of good things. I noticed that your sense of rhythm was really strong and you kept the pulse. And your intonation was accurate in most of the piece, but there were just a couple of shifts that I think we can work on. So if you go ahead, and why don't you just start with the first 4 bars for me? Yeah, so right there, I just noticed that your shift to the A, you aren't quite going back to first position enough. So I think, why don't we practice going from just the D to the A? So hold the D, and then slide your hand all the way back till you find the A. There it is, and now slide all the way back up. And then slide down. And then try that a couple more times. Yeah. So why don't you try those first 4 bars one more time? Yeah, a lot better that time. The second time through the piece, when you got to the high D, and you shifted down to the B and the A, you really nailed it that time, so good job. And I'd like to just go through it one more time, and I'd like for you to think about, in the sections where you are shifting,
Yeah.
don't let it interrupt your bow flow.
Okay.
Just because you do really good connecting the notes
Yeah.
when you aren't shifting, but sometimes when you go from like the D
Yeah.
to like the A, there's kind of like a and the
Yeah.
bow stops when you make the shift.
Yeah.
So with the bass, because we have so much ground to cover, it can feel awkward with the shifts.
Yeah.
But I think the right hand needs to operate independently of the left hand. So try moving the bow constantly during the shifts.
Okay.
And let's see if we can just make that happen. Keep the bow moving. Keep the bow moving. Push, push, push. noticed a difference with how connected
Yeah.
things were. And the last thing I kind of want to touch on is just some tone quality things. So, why don't you go ahead and show me where you have your bow on the string when you start the piece? And can you just bow a couple of those notes for me? Now, I'm going to stop you right there. What I'm noticing is that in some sections you're getting a little bit of a scratchy tone. And I think it's just coming from where the contact point is with the bow. Now, with the viola, when we play like higher,
Yeah.
what do we have to do with the bow in relation to the bridge?
Closer to the bridge.
Closer to the bridge. So even though we're just in third position playing fourth finger on our D, you still have to move the bow like way more than you think. Maybe not all the way towards like the lower half, but like you might be around here.
Mhm.
Even just moving from like here to here, like with our bow, we need to move from like here to here. So why don't you try starting the piece a little closer towards the middle of this area between the fingerboard and the bridge, and see if that makes a difference with the clarity and the ability to get that first note out. Now, I'll stop you right there. With the first couple notes that were higher, I was like, because the sound just hits you because of like how it works. But when you started going back down to the lower positions, we still have to move our bow closer to the fingerboard so that way the sound doesn't stay scratchy. So try it one more time and think about when your hand and the pitch is higher, we move our bow closer to the bridge, and then when your hand goes back towards the scroll, we move our bow closer to the fingerboard.
Okay.
So try that one more time. Yeah, that sounded a lot better. So I think for practicing, just remember that we have to move our bow which direction when we go higher?
Lower. Down.
Yeah, closer to the bridge. And then we're going to use what kind of bows when playing the piece? Like,
Longer bows?
Yeah, longer
Yeah.
bows, just to keep things connected. But other than that, really good job. I enjoyed your performance.
Thank you.